Kamala needs to go to rehab. She doesn't need to be out there acting aghast that 84% of the country wants voter ID. In case you missed it or have been living under a rock, the Democrats are kicking, screaming, and crying over the SAVE Act, which is the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, AKA, according to Kamala's new word salad drunk video, allegedly. I quote, "You're going to have to prove who you are to register to vote." The horror, you're going to have to prove who you are. So we're going to go through her video and discuss and debunk some of the claims and fear mongering that the Democrats are engaging in regarding voter ID and the SAVE Act and where we are in terms of getting it passed. You've got to see this video. It's insane. The cuts. I mean, there's no way that this is a sober person. Watch.
19 states have already passed laws to make it more difficult to vote. Then this president, hey everybody, so they're trying to mess with your ability to vote, just to break it all down. You've got the Supreme Court. They just sealed the deal with this case that just came up recently, the Calais decision, which basically took the power out of the Voting Rights Act, which was designed to protect your right to vote. So you got the Supreme Court doing its thing. Then this president is trying to push this SAVE Act, which basically would require that for people to register to vote, you're going to have proof of who you are through a passport, which a lot of Americans don't have, or a birth certificate. Same point, obstacles to make it difficult for you to register to vote. And then you got the states. 19 states have already passed laws to make it more difficult to vote. And the ones that haven't passed a law are doing it in practice in many places around our country. Why? Because they're scared of you. They're scared of your power, the power you have, the power of your voice through your vote. So the work we have to do right now, let's make sure everybody, one, check your voter registration status, because they've been purging the rolls. Make sure you register to vote. Even if you thought you are, just make sure. Next, let's make sure that everybody we know is registered to vote if they've not registered before. And then let's encourage everyone, vote early where they can, vote by mail where they can.
Vote by mail.
And vote.
Always.
It's going to make a difference.
The rhetoric, she's drunk. Proof of who you are, obstacles, the gaslighting's top tier. The best part of this is Trump has this pinned to the top of his Truth Social. His humor is unmatched. 250,000 non-citizens are registered to vote in just 4 states. 250,000 illegals registered to vote in just 4 states. We do not have a country if anyone from anywhere can vote. And federal law has always required that only U.S. citizens vote. But thanks to the Democrat, the only proof required to vote has been just checking a box. That's it. No ID. Meaning anyone from anywhere can vote. So no, we're not scared of your power. No, we're scared that people can just come into this country and vote. So when she talks about these obstacles or it being harder for people to vote, it's nothing more than a fear-mongering tactic. All we're trying to do is secure elections. Kamala claims you can only have a passport or a birth certificate. Fake news. Because if you go actually look at the bill, look at the text, you would need one of the following: a real ID, which you need to get on a plane, valid U.S. passport, or a military ID, or a government-issued photo ID that shows U.S. birthplace, or a government-issued photo ID plus certified birth certificate, naturalization certificate, etc. If you're too stupid to obtain one of these things, I don't think you should be voting. Sorry, I said it. It's not about resources. People prioritize what they want to prioritize. You can afford an ID. If you can't, you have bigger problems to worry about than voting, and make it a goal for yourself, because in America, you can. One of the other fear-mongering tactics we hear a lot about this topic is it limits women's ability to vote, also fake news. The bill explicitly requires states to create an alternative process for people who lack those basic documents. It's addressed in the bill. So you want to get on a plane, you need an ID. You want to buy a gun, you need an ID. You want to get a job, you need an ID. You have to prove who you are. what is so crazy about secure elections? And then they'll tell you that no illegals are voting in our elections. It's not widespread. Really? How do we know? Because you don't need to show proof of who you are as it stands right now. And people are voting under stolen social security numbers. So why would you be fighting against securing our elections? And why does it take so damn long to count votes? It creates uncertainty and mistrust. In India, they can count 640 million votes the same day. Why does it take blue states so damn long? In the 2024 presidential election, Florida had the votes counted within 24 hours. Oh, and then this brings me to mail-in ballots, because those were widely adopted during COVID, aka normalize everyone voting by mail for extra room, for cheating. Did you know that in most states, a third-party operative can ballot harvest? And usually, as we've all seen, a third-party operative just means a paid activist. You think that George Soros is paying people to protest and is not paying people to ballot harvest? If you think that, the SAVE Act, it doesn't even eliminate the ability to vote by mail, by the way. It just says, let's reserve it for military, disability, illness, travel, normal things, instead of just everyone votes by mail all the time. The SAVE Act would also require states to share voter rolls with federal authorities because, why wouldn't a state be honest about their voter rolls? Surprise to no one, red states are handing them over. They have nothing to hide. Blue states not sharing their voter rolls. Wonder why? Could it be because they're registering illegals to vote? They're getting them hooked on welfare and dependent on the systems, so they'll vote Democrat. They're buying votes. And then, oh, look, the thing the Democrats say never happens, happened.
And DHS Secretary Mark McConnell, he put it really bluntly and exposed the number of illegal migrants who've registered to vote in just 4 states. Take a listen.
First of all, Department of Homeland Security, we've identified 250,000 non-citizens registered to vote in just 4 states. Mind you, we have 46 other states, and just 4 states. We've identified 250,000 non-citizens registered to vote in California, and Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Nevada.
Why would you want to live in a country where we don't have secure elections? Why would you want to be a part of a party that is fighting voter ID tooth and nail? Don't be dumb and fall for the fear-mongering propaganda. That's all it is regarding the SAVE Act. It's not harder for women to vote. It's not excluding any American citizens. It is excluding those who are not American citizens. Duh. All you're doing is requiring you show proof of who you are, as Kamala said. It's that simple. 84% of the country is in favor of this, and we still can't get it through the Senate. Where we're at now is the bill has been passed through the House, and it's stuck in the Senate because of the filibuster needing 60 votes. Republicans have 53 seats, but we have RINOs like Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, Susan Collins from Maine, Mitch McConnell, Kentucky, Tom Tillis, North Carolina, who are not voting in favor of the SAVE Act. And then we don't have a single Democrat who is voting in favor. And I've said this from the beginning, nuke the filibuster. We have got to secure our elections and get this passed. The Dems would do it. They would do it the second they get into power. Nuke the filibuster. Here's Trump's recent comments on it.
I think they should pass voter ID. I think they should pass proof of citizenship. Basically, Save America, Save America Act. I think that should be something that we should absolutely get.
Yeah. Why are we fighting it so hard? It's such a basic thing. It actually really pisses me off because there's only one motivation for this, and it results in the erosion of our country. The left constantly manipulates and pulls on people's emotions, and people are too reactive to actually zoom out and think through policy, because what should the policy be here? If you want to go ahead and make the argument that, oh, it's not widespread, it's not actually happening. If we have a system that is not secure, people will take advantage of it. So what should the policy be? We have to have a policy so people do not take advantage of it. anyone can vote. That's the policy you want for our elections. If that's the case, you're just dumb. It's absolutely pathetic. We cannot get the SAVE Act passed. Pathetic. It's so simple. It's so basic. The majority of our country wants it. It's basic common sense stuff. The Democrats are constantly pushing against it, constantly advocating against it, and they're using fear-mongering tactics to do so. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. And be loud. Talk about it. Talk about why it's so important. Secure elections are crucial to a democracy, to a constitutional republic. Crucial. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time.